Okay, I'm coming out to you from Corona, California. We got a 1955 truck that we're going to be finishing up for Dave. He's already had it painted and stuff. We got all the parts laying out here. The engine's already installed. Miscellaneous other things have already been done. Disc brakes at the front, dual master cylinder, etc., etc. So I'm just going to be finishing this off by getting the electrical pretty much set up, and then we're going to go ahead and bolt all this stuff on and get it lined up for him. The first thing I like to do when I get something like this right here is we're going to be lining up the cab, making sure that it's in the right position. Then we'll go ahead and install the electrical and get that going while the doors and fenders are off, and it's nice and easy to get access to all of this stuff. Okay, so we get our box up in here nice and neat. Now what we're going to do is we're going to unravel these in a nice controlled fashion, route them to where we want them to go, and neaten this up some. On our wires, we just simply get some tape and we tape these together so that when we pull it through, it's easier. And anywhere where the wire ends, like say there's a tab hanging loose and it'd be sticking up like this, you want to tape that down. That you don't want to have any wires frying out like that because they'll get caught on stuff. So you just tape it up like this, nice and neat. And I used to use electric tape, but it's longer to take it apart. So you just get masking tape like this and it comes apart a lot easier if you have to. Okay, so what I've done for the wires going to the back, we've got it looping up here. We've got it running through the channel where the kick panel is right here. Drilled a little hole there. And then we've got it running out here and tucking up into there and then running down to the frame. Now, we're going to put rubber grommets anywhere we pass through metal. And we're going to put protectant on here and use hoses and stuff to make sure that this doesn't get cut in the future. So you can see here that I'm routing everything, and like let's say for instance these here are our gauge wires. So I loop it up under here, under this brace right here, so that it's all up. We don't really want a bunch of stuff hanging down and then curving up. We want to have as much of it up out of the way as possible. And so like these are things going to the heater motor, radio, things like that. And then this stuff right here, we hide behind the engine so that we don't have to run it through the rest of the places. This is going to be our coil and miscellaneous things like that. This right here is going to be hooking up to our starter. This will also be routed up, and then we'll probably just drill a hole through here somewhere or maybe over there and route it down to the starter. So we're just going to get this stuff basically set up and cleaned up, and then we can get a little bit more detailed after all of that. Now these clips that are down at the very bottom, you want to be careful when you cut those off because then everything starts to kind of get away from you. So in case we're not going to be using power windows or power brakes or power doors or any of that kind of stuff, but we don't want to just clip the wires off because we might want to use it for something else later. So we just simply wrap them up and then tuck them up in there nice and neat. Then we can use them later if we want. Okay, so our electrical is pretty much set up at the moment. Dave says he's going to take care of it from here, but we'll see. If he has me do the rest, I'll show you how to do that. Now right here, these had Bondo stuck in them, so we need to clean those out. If you don't have a tap, you just go get a nut like this, or a bolt I mean, and you just cut some grooves in it like that, and then if you've got a cheap die. The first step into lining up your sheet metal is always the doors. The reason being is that these lines right here, they're stationary. They're not going to go anywhere. So you have to have the door lined up in relation to all of this stuff here first before you can start messing with your fenders and the rest of the stuff. Okay, so we're all done for the day. Looking pretty good. We got our wires basically set up in there, looking nice and neat. And we got our right side door on without too much problem. So things are looking good so far. Tomorrow we will just keep on going with stuff. But that's how we're looking so far today. So, we'll see y'all then.